So in the previous video we studied scalar product or dot product. In this video we are going to study vector product. Now in scalar product we got scalar as a scalar quantity as a result. In vector product we get vector quantity as a result. That means whatever result we are going to get will have magnitude and direction both. So we have to find both magnitude and direction to find the actual result of the vector product. Now this first I will give you the general formula. Vector product is defined as A cross B. Now this is called cross. So as I told you in the previous video, we have to be very careful from now on what sign we are using. If we use dot as a multiplication, then it will be implied that you are doing scalar product. And if you are using this sign, then it will be implied that you are doing vector product. So we have to be very careful. Now this is vector product A cross B, and this is the general formula of this is AB sin theta. So there is a difference of trigonometric identity. In dot product there was cos theta, in cross product there is sin theta. Now if you look carefully, when we are doing this, then A is the magnitude of vector A, that means it will be a scalar quantity. B will be the magnitude of vector B, that means this is also a scalar quantity, and sin theta will also be a scalar quantity. Let us say if theta is 0 degree, then sin 0 degree will be 0, which is scalar. If theta is 90 degree, sin 90 degree will be 1. So we are getting a scalar quantity. That means this entire term is going to give us magnitude of the result. So where is the direction? How do we know that what is the direction of A cross B? For the direction we put a unit vector, a general unit vector n cap. Now we do not know whether this n cap will be I, j or k. We know that it is a unit vector. So for now we are going to put a general term n cap, and this n cap will give us the direction of the result. Now another important property is that a cross product is anti-commutative. Why it is anti-commutative? Because A cross B is not equal to B cross A. I'll tell you why they are not equal, because of the direction. Now to find the direction of a vector product, we use right hand thumb rule. What it means is that we take our right hand and we put our fingers in such a way that they are going to point in a direction of a vector. So let us say that if this is vector A and this is vector B, and we are doing A cross B. Okay, these are two vectors and we are doing A cross B. That means we take our right hand, we put the fingers in the direction of A, and since we are doing A cross B, we are going to curl the fingers from A to the direction of B. So we are going like this from here to this direction. Now while we are curling our finger, then the direction in which our thumb is going to point, which will be the perpendicular direction. If we are curling our fingers from A to B, our thumb will be in upward direction. So that means the direction will be perpendicular to both A and B. A is in this direction, B is in this direction, and thumb will be in perpendicularly upward direction. So the direction of the product, the direction of the result of the cross multiplication will be perpendicular and it will be upward in direction. Similarly, now let us say that we do B cross A. Now you have to put your fingers in the direction of B and then curl them towards A. Now if we put our fingers like this, we cannot curl them towards A because curling can happen only in this direction. So that means we have to put our hand like this and then curl the finger from B to A. Now you will notice that your thumb will be again it will be in perpendicular direction, but this time it is perpendicularly downward. So this is how right hand thumb rule is applied to find the direction. If we are doing A cross B, the direction is perpendicularly upward, and if you are doing B cross A, the direction is perpendicularly downward. And that is why A cross B is not equal to B cross A, because the direction of both of these quantities are opposite to each other. Direction is perpendicular, but for this one it is upward and for this one it is downward. So this is how we find the direction of the vector product by using right hand thumb rule, and this is why they are not commutative. Now let us quickly come to cross product of unit vectors. We are going to apply same concept as we did for vector scalar product. Let us say that we are doing I cap cross I cap. Now if this is x axis, then I cap will be, this is x axis, this is y axis, I cap will be in this direction, and the other I cap will also be in this direction. That means theta between them is 0 degree. So that means if I am doing I cap cross I cap, it will be equal to this, and sine 0 degree will be 0. That means this will be equal to 0. Similarly, j cap cross j cap will be equal to 0. K cap cross k cap will also be equal to 0. So if we are cross multiplying a unit vector with itself, then the result we are going to get is 0. Similarly, if we are doing this I cap cross j cap, then I cap is in this direction and j cap is in this direction. Both are perpendicular to each other. That means theta between them is 90 degree and sine 90 degree is 1. So this is equal to sine 90 degree, but there will also be a unit vector. So this is 1, this is 1, sine 90 is 1. So the result will be 1 n cap. Similarly, j cap cross k cap will be also equal to 1 n cap, and k cap cross I cap will also be equal to 1 n cap. So the magnitude of these multiplications will be 1, but there will be a direction. How will we find direction? By using the same rule. This direction I cap cross j cap, I cap is in this direction, j cap is in this direction, and we are doing I cross j. That means we are going to curl our finger from I towards j. If you do that, our thumb will be in upward direction. We are doing this, thumb is in upward direction. Now what is in upward direction? If this is x axis, this is y axis, what is like this? Which axis is like this in upward direction? It is the z axis. That means if the vector product of I and j will be in direction of z axis, so this n cap is nothing but k cap only. Similarly, if we are doing j cross k, from I is like this and z is in upward direction, and we are curling our fingers from this in upward direction, then our thumb is in towards the right. That means it is towards the x axis. So j cross k and this n cap is nothing but I cap. And similarly, if you do k cap into I cap, you will find that it will come in the direction of j cap. So I cap cross j cap will be equal to k cap, j cap cross k cap will be equal to I cap, and k cap cross I cap will be equal to j cap. Now I'll give you a trick to remember this. You will write I cap dot j cap and k cap. In this way, write them. If you memorize this diagram, then we can do it like this, that I cap cross j cap will give us k cap. It is the same thing that is happening. J cap cross k cap will give us I cap, and k cap cross I cap will give us j cap. So if you memorize this diagram, then this becomes easier to memorize. Remember, this is a clockwise direction, so we are getting positive values of in clockwise direction. If we reverse the direction, I, j and k, if we reverse the direction, then j cap cross I cap will be equal to minus k cap. So it will give us minus result. You can do it like this. J cap is in this direction, so I am putting my finger like this, and cross I cap, so we are going to curl towards I cap. So from J cap we are going to curl towards I cap, so our thumb will be in downward direction, and downward direction is the negative of Z axis. That means if we are doing J cap cross I cap, we are going to get negative of Z axis, negative of K cap, and similarly for other things. So if you memorize these two diagrams, finding the direction of unit multiplication of unit vectors will become easier. So this is how we multiply, we find the cross product of unit vectors. Now what if a value of A and B is given? How do we multiply them if we have magnitude only also? Let us say that we have vector A given as AX I cap, AY J cap, and AZ K cap. AX, AY and AZ are coefficients of I, J and K respectively, and they have some value 3, 2 and whatever, there is a scalar value for this. And similarly, if we have vector B and it is given as BX I cap, BY J cap and BZ K cap, and we have to find the vector product of these two vectors A cross B. Now finding vector products of unit vectors is easier, but how do we multiply AX, AY, AZ with BX, BY and BZ? For this there is another method, and it is called determinant method. How I'm not going to derive the formula, how we get this formula will be done in mathematical subject, and that will happen in class 12, but in physics we need it right now, so I'll only give how to solve this. So if we have to multiply them, then we use determinant. And what is determinant? Determinant is a quantity which is represented like this, and these two equations are written between these two bars. Now make sure that these are the two bars, just like we use in modulus, straight bars like this, and between them we write the quantities. Now how do we write them? Just memorize them. How do we write them? So first, in first row we are going to write the unit vectors. Now we have three unit vectors, I cap, J cap and K cap. We are going to write them like this. Below them we are going to write their respective coefficients. So since we are doing A cross B, first we have to write the coefficients of A. So first coefficient of I cap is AX, so we will write AX here. J cap is with AY, so AY, and similarly AZ. Now the other quantity is B, so below them we are going to write the coefficients of B. So with I cap we have BX, so we will write BX here, similarly BY and BZ. So this is the way of writing the determinant. Now how to solve them? I'll directly give you the formula. I cap, we'll put this I cap here, and there will be a bracket, and inside the bracket we will cross multiply these two quantities. So when we are using I cap, we will not use AX and BX. What we are going to do, we are going to multiply these two minus multiplication of these two. That is, I'll write AY BZ minus BY AZ. So when we are doing I cap, we will not touch AX and BX. The other four quantities will be cross multiplied and subtracted from each other. So it will be AY BZ and minus BY AZ. Don't do it other way around. Don't do it BY AZ minus AY BZ, because that will reverse the direction of I cap. Then it will become minus I cap. So this is for I cap. For J cap, it will be minus J cap. Similar thing, we are not going to touch coefficients of J cap. We have X and K. So AX BZ minus BX AZ. Again we are going to same cross multiplication. AX BZ minus BX AZ. This is for J cap, and plus K cap, same procedure, AX BY minus BX AY. So this is how determinant method is used. First we have to write, and then you will solve by using this formula. Let us do an example. We have vector A equals to 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus k cap, and B as I cap minus j cap minus k cap, and we have to find A cross B. So this will be equal to, write the 3 unit vectors, below them write the coefficient. Now first row will be of A, because first we are using A, so it will, coefficient of I cap in A is 3, j cap is 2, and k cap is minus 1. Since below them will be B, coefficient of I cap in B is 1, of j is minus 1, of k is also minus 1. So this is how we will write the determinant. Now we will apply this formula. So I cap cross multiplication will be of these quantities. So 2 into minus 1, which is minus 2, minus of minus 1 into minus 1. So there will be 3 negatives. Minus 1 into minus 1 will be 1, and there is a minus outside. This minus, there is a minus outside, that means it will be equal to minus 1. Try doing it yourself, then it will become more clear. Now minus j cap cross multiplication, 3 into minus 1 will be equal to minus 3, minus 1 into minus 1, so it will be equal to minus 1, so it will become plus 1, plus k cap, same thing, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3, and minus of 1 into 2 is minus 2, so minus 3 minus 2. Now if you solve the brackets, it will be equal to minus 3 I cap, this is minus 3 plus 1, so minus 2, minus 2 will come outside, minus of minus 2 is plus 2, so plus 2 j cap, and minus 5 k cap. So this will be the solution of the cross multiplication of this. Now if you do B cross A, then here will come the coefficients of B, and here will come the coefficients of A, and try doing this yourself. You will find that the direction will be reverse of this vector. All the minus and plus signs, they will get reversed, so you will know the difference between A cross B and B cross A. Let us do another question. Let us say we have vector A as 2 I cap minus 3 j cap minus k cap, and vector B is minus 6 I cap plus 9 j cap plus 3 k cap, and we have to prove that A and B are parallel to each other. Now we are going to use same concept as we did in scalar product, that is, if these two quantities are parallel. Now A cross B is AB sine theta, and if A and B are parallel, that means theta between them is 0 degree, that means sine of theta should be equal to 0, that means this entire quantity will be equal to 0. So if we are cross multiplying A and B, and if we get the answer 0, that means they will be parallel to each other. So we'll quickly do this. I'm solving it here, but you should pause the video and do it yourself, because getting habitual of this method is very important. It is a bit longer to do. So A cross B, 2 minus 3 minus 1. For B, minus 6 9 3. We'll solve it. Minus 3 into 3, minus 9, minus of 9 into minus 1, so 9 into minus 1 is minus, and there is a minus outside, so it will be equal to plus 9. Minus j cap, 2 into 3, 2 into 3 6, and minus 6 into minus 1 is 6, and there will be a minus between them, so 6 minus 6 plus k cap, 18 minus 18. Now as you can already see that the brackets will become equal to 0, so that means the entire thing will be equal to 0, and hence we can say that A and B are parallel to each other.